The air in courtroom 3B was thick and heavy, filled with the quiet stress of people whose lives were about to change. For Ethan Cole, it felt like he was drowning. He stood before the judge's bench, gripping the wooden rail so hard his knuckles were white. Every little sound was amplified: the buzz of the lights, the rustle of papers, the soft tap of a pen. But the only sound that mattered was the steady breathing of the man who held his future in his hands. Judge Harrison. The judge looked like he was carved from stone and law books, his face a mask of stern neutrality. He had silver hair and a brow that was always furrowed, like he was carrying the weight of every judgment he'd ever made. His eyes, magnified by his glasses, seemed to see right through you. They scanned Ethan, taking in his worn-out shirt, his trembling hands, and the exhaustion so deep in his face, it looked like it was part of him. "Mr. Cole," the judge's voice boomed, completely lacking in warmth. It was a voice made for delivering sentences, not comfort. "You're here today facing a number of offenses. Multiple unpaid parking tickets, a citation for a faulty vehicle, specifically a broken taillight, and most seriously, driving with a suspended license." Ethan swallowed hard. A cold dread filled his throat, making it hard to speak. He desperately wanted to explain. He wanted to tell them the parking tickets were from the street outside his second job, where he couldn't afford to park legally. That the taillight was broken because he had to choose between a $70 repair and his son's school lunches for the week. That he drove with a suspended license because his first job was a long bus ride away. But his second job, the one that kept them from being evicted, was impossible to get to on public transport after 10 p.m. He wanted to explain that he wasn't a criminal, he was just poor. But in the cold, hard language of the court, his reasons just sounded like excuses. Judge Harrison was famous for believing that your circumstances didn't give you a pass to break the law. All he saw was the black and white print on the papers in front of him, which told a story of a man who was negligent and defiant. "This isn't just a simple mistake, Mr. Cole. This is a pattern," the judge said, his stare getting harder. "It's a pattern that shows a complete disregard for your responsibility as a citizen and for the rule of law. The state is recommending jail time, and frankly, I'm inclined to agree." Jail. The word hit Ethan like a punch to the gut. It wasn't the idea of a cold cell that scared him. It was the image that flashed in his mind. His 7-year-old son, Leo, his little face confused and scared as a social worker, told him his daddy wasn't coming home.